Okay. Um. Okay. Hello, everyone. Excuse me. Welcome to the Poetry Club Saturday night show, and I'm glad you all made it. As you all know, we didn't have it. I didn't have it last Saturday the because of the power out. Well, the power outage came back on. I had a power outage from Thursday. Well, actually twice on Wednesday night. Then Thursday. Then I had another. Then I had power outage all day till 5:30 in the morning, Friday, and then Thursday, well, our internet and phone went out first, and it went out on the Thursday, and then didn't come back on until Saturday. I think it was Saturday when it came back on when they turned it back on. So on the phone, and so I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad you all here, and welcome everybody. And it's an honor to have each one of you all here. Thank you all. And okay, as you all know, today's the raffle drawing for for May. We'll do this after I read Gary's poem and play his song. Okay, okay, and welcome Robbie, and thank you for being here to the poetry show, the Saturday night show, and thank you. It is an honor to have you here. And since we didn't have the show last Saturday, I'm gonna. Robbie's birthday was the 18th, so I'm gonna play the song today for Robbie that Gary played for him. Hello, Doreen. Welcome. Okay. Welcome to the poetry club Saturday night show. It is an honor to have you here. Okay. And Doreen said, "Hi, Noreen. I may not be able to stay on the whole time. We're on our way back from Fort Wayne Hospital to see my son. He's withdrawing from Xanax. My phone is 34 per. Okay, I understand, Doreen. Okay, and I hope your son gets better. And I'm praying for him. Oh, I'm sorry, Robbie. It's the 28th. Okay, thank you, Robbie, for okay. I apologize, Robbie. I got it mixed up. It's the 28th. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Robbie. I'm sorry I messed up. Robbie's birthday was the 28th last Saturday. Okay. And Doreen, you're very welcome. Okay. Okay, let me get on here and uh-oh. Mm, okay. 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 And okay. Okay. You're very welcome, Doreen. Okay. Now I'm gonna read Gary's poem Money Has Spoiled. And I hope everyone had a great week this past week. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. Money Has Spoiled by um Gary A. Snyder. Money has spoiled the poetry. We all need truth. The value of our words is worth more than our money. We can't let our freedom of speech and personal feelings be destroyed and distorted by the influence of profit. The truth must be told about our past in order to use these truths to help guide the future of mankind on this earth. The end. And that was Gary's poem, Money Has Spoiled. And that is our theme poem for the Poetry Club. Okay. And somebody, okay, said I'm here. Okay, let me see who that is. Um, I have to be on. The poetry club? Could you, and the poetry club on the groups, you won't be able to tell. Okay. Okay. Welcome in Emilia. I'm glad you made it. Okay. And welcome Emilia. And welcome to the poetry club Saturday night show. And I'm glad you're here. And it's an honor to have you here. Okay. 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 Now, okay, I'm gonna play that song. Um, Back to the Barrooms again. By Gary. Okay, this is going slow. By Gary. And Gary sung that for Robbie on his birthday one year, and I think he did it on Reavers. Okay. Okay. Back to the Barrooms again. Okay. Hmm. Wonder what happened.
Gary wanted to sing Back to the Barrooms for Robbie's birthday.
Perfect.
He said perfect. Okay, see, let me know. Can you hear this?
Now it's back to the barroom, right back to drinking again. Maybe someday you'll love me enough to stay with me, and whiskey won't be my best friend. But now it's back to the barrooms again. The bartender knows me, he knows how to do me, and he knows why I'm back here again. He should be given a prize for his patience, 'cause bartenders do understand. So it's back to the barrooms again. With the loud music roaring, the bartender pouring, and my shaky legs trying to stand. It's over and over, I try to stay sober, but look what a failure I've been. Now it's back to the barrooms again. The bartender knows me, he knows how to do me, and he knows why I'm back here again. He should be given a prize for his patience, 'cause bartenders do understand. So it's back to the barrooms again. Oh yes, it's back to the barrooms again. Okie doke. Oh. Hello.
That was great.
Thank you. A little short on breath, but I managed to do something.
No, that was great.
Yeah, I had to sit here at the table and try to read half blind, but anyway, I want to. He said mention happened to want to celebrate a drink or two, so I thought maybe I'd just go ahead and play the Back to the Barroom song.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he'll appreciate that.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I always like it when you jump on with the guitar.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not sure why, but when I'm listening to it, do you remember the old 45s?
Yes. Yeah.
It sounds like an old 45.
All right. That's not
like,
bad.
I even like the the little static that you used to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing in my phone.
You know, it's strange, but the old 33s, the vinyl records, are supposed to actually have the best sound for reproduction of music. From what I've read, that's amazing. But they're beautiful. And, lots of the old 33 music.
I've heard that too. The old vinyl albums.
You've heard that too? Yeah,
I've heard that too.
Yeah.
Now, I grew up in a time where it was going from the vinyl albums to the cassettes.
Oh, yes, okay.
And cassettes were horrible.
Yeah, I started out in 1943 and said, wah, wah, wah. And by the 50s, I was listening to rock and roll. And, and I graduated in 1961. So,
well, I mean, it was like my parents had a lot of vinyl albums, so like we bought them too, and then the cassettes were coming out because I mean we had 8-tracks, but really for those that enjoyed 8-tracks, they weren't the best.
Yeah,
and then
they were great when they were just them, but before the CDs came out.
Yes.
You know, I liked them. But when the CDs come out, it really shot them down when CDs come out. To me,
it's funny because quality-wise they were better than cassettes, and cassettes were supposed to be quality-wise better.
Yeah.
But cassettes kept on getting eaten.
Well, the tape sticks together if you don't play it, and you know, say, wow, look at there in the yard sale, and they've had it in the garage for a year or so.
Mm-hmm.
So, wow, you take it home, and the darn thing tape sticks together. And that's something you have to worry about there. And that's a shame because
I'm essentially.
Okay, and that was Gary singing Back to the Bar Rooms Again, and he was singing that for Robbie on his birthday. Okay, let me get the comments here, and okay, 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 and Emilia said thank you. How do I join the live feed? Okay, I put a link up there, and she's on here now. Okay, and and Robbie said, "There we go." Yes, that's Reverse. That's Indy's hosting. Okay, thank you, Robbie. Okay, and Robbie said, "I remember that very well. I was talking about how I was going out to a bar to celebrate that year. Yes, I remember that. Yes, yep." And I got the link on the show to get on here. Okay. And Robbie said that my own favorite memory of Gary. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. I put it on. Okay. And Robbie said it's pro. He mentioned the records. I now have a high-end record player, and I have all my dad's records. That is awesome, Robbie. I'm glad to hear that. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. And it's along with dance music records I bought myself. Okay, that is awesome. Okay, okay, okay. Can you hear me? Okay, okay. U4 FI3 XIK 30. Okay, and I do have the link where you can get on. Okay, can you hear me, Emilia? Emilia, can you hear me all right? Because I'll get you on toward the end. Is that okay? Okay. Thank you, Robbie. Okay. You can hear me. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Emilia will be on here in a little bit. Well, I don't know. We'll be on here in a little bit. And she'll be on here with me. And okay. First, I'm going to do the raffle drawing for May, and I wish everyone good luck. And last month, who oh, I had his name down here. Okay. Um. I had it wrote down. Seyi Lasisi. Seyi, okay, did not even contact me about the book he won. So now we're going to go back up to the same book. That's why we got the same book. So I'm hoping this be the third time it's going up. An Aegean Breeze of Peace by Demetrius Trippiatus and Uya and Yilmaz. I hope I said it right because I was practicing on it earlier today, to pronounce these names right. Okay, and this is their book, and this will be for the May Raffle Drawing. And I wish everyone good luck. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, I hope y'all can see this. Okay. Okay, let me know y'all can see this. So I'm trying to shuffle it. Okay. 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 Now the name is um Emmer Hasik. Okay, let me go and check him out real quick to see if he's still on here. Okay. Um okay. Yes. Um yes, he is still here. Okay. Emmer Hasik. Okay, and he's still on here. He joined a year ago. It said you have won, congratulations, you have won an Aegean Breeze of Peace by Demetrius Trepiatus and Huya in Yilmaz. I hope I got your name right, both of y'all's name right. And you won, Emer Hasik, you won. Congratulations. Okay, you have 2 weeks to claim it. Otherwise, the book will back on. And I hope you claim it. Okay. 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 Oh, what I do with the Okay. 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 Oh, that's not it. Um. Okay. And congratulations, Enmer Hasik. If I'm pronouncing your name right. Okay. Okay. And awesome. Following. Okay. Thank you, honey. And thank you for being here at It's an honor to have you here at the Poetry Club Saturday night show. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Now okay, Emilia. Okay. I will get you after I do some more reading more. Is that okay with you? Can you hear me? Because she's on the studio with me. That's why I told her. Um, I don't know if you can hear me on the studio or not. Okay, I hope you can. Okay. 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 Now I'm going to read from William Shakespeare, the sonnets. Poems of Love. I'm going to read sonnets 110 through 119. Okay. 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 But before I do, I don't know if she hear me. So um. Okay. Okay. Let me get tell send her a message on here real quick. Okay. 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 I hope you can see this, Emilia, because I don't know if you can you hear me all right? Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. Let me bring her on real quick and I'll let her know because I don't know if she can hear me or can see this. Okay. I'm bringing you on, Emilia. Emilia.
Yes, I can
I.
hear you. Can you hear
Oh, you
me?
can hear me? Yes, I can hear you. I was. Did you hear me telling you I'll bring you at the end?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll put you back off and I'll bring you at the end.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you can still hear me in the studio.
Yes, I
Okay. 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 Thank you. Okay. Okay. How do I do? Uh oh. Okay. See. I don't know how to do this now. Um. Oh. Let me see. I guess right here. Okay. 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 She'll be coming on at toward the end here, and y'all want to stay tuned and listen what she has to say, and this is very important. Okay. Hello, Kim. I'm glad you made it. Okay. Hello, Kim. I'm glad you're here, and welcome to the Poetry Club Saturday Night Show. And it's an honor to have you here. Thank you. Okay. Now I'm going to read from William Shakespeare, the Sonnets, Poems of Love, and I'm going to read Sonnet 110 through Sonnet 119. Okay. What? Okay. Okay. Sonnet 110. Okay. Alas, 'tis true, I have gone here and there, and made myself a motley to the view, gored mine own thoughts, sold cheap what is most dear, made old offences of affections new. Most true it is that I have looked on truth, askance and strangely, but by all above. These blenches gave my heart another youth, and worse essays proved there be my best of love. Now all is done, hath what shall have no end. Mine appetite I never more will grind. Oh, no newer proof to try an older friend, a God in love to whom I am confined. That then give me welcome, next my heaven the best, even to thy pure and most loving breast. The end. And that was Sonnet 110. Okay. Okay, and Sonnet 111. Oh, for my sake, do you with fortune chide the guilty goddess of my harmful deeds, that did not better for my life provide than public means, which public manners breeds? Okay. There comes it that my name receives a brand, and almost thence my nature is subdued to what it works in, like the dyer's hand. Pity me then, and wish I were renewed, whilst like a willing patient I will drink potions of ease against my strong affection. No bitterness that I will bitter think, nor double penance to correct correction. Pity me then, dear friend, and I assure ye, even that your pity is enough to cure me. The end. And that was Sonnet 111. Okay, Sonnet 112. Your love and pity doth the impression feel, which vulgar scandal stamped upon my brow. For what care I who calls me will or ill? So you overgreen my bad, my below. You are my all the world, and I must strive to know my shames and praises from your tongue. None else to me, nor I to none alive, that my steeled sense or changes right your wrong, and so profound abides 'em, I throw all care of others' voices that my adder sense, to critic and to flatter, to stopped are. Mark how my neglect I do dispense. You are so strongly in my purpose bred, that all the world beside me thinks are dead. The end. And that was Sonnet 112. Okay. Okay. Sonnet 113. Since I left you, mine eye is in my mind, and that which governed me to go about doth part its function, and is partly blind. Seems seeing, but effectually is out, for it no forms delivery delivers to the heart. A bird, a flower, or shape, which it doth latch, of his quick objects hath the mind no part. Nor his own vision holds what it doth catch. For if it see the rudest or gentlest sight, the most sweet favour or deformed creature, the mountain or the sea, the day or night, the crow or dove, it shapes into your feature, and capable of more, replete with you. My most true mind thus maketh mine eye untrue. The end. And that was Sonnet 113. Okay. 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 Um. Well. I hope you're still here, Emilia. Okay, because I don't see you in the studio now, and I hope you're still here. Mhm. Okay. Sonnet 114. Or whether doth my mind, being crowned with you, drink of the monarch's plague, this flattery? Or whether shall I say mine eye saith true, in that your love taught it this alchemy, to make of monsters and things and digest, such cherubim's as your sweet self resemble, creating every bad a perfect best, as fast as objects to his beams assemble? Oh, 'tis the first, 'tis flattery in my sin, and my great mind most keenly drink it up. Mine eye will knows what with his gut is greeting, and to his palate doth prepare the cup. If it be poisoned, 'tis a lesser sin, that mine eye loves it, and doth first begin. The end, and that was Sonnet 114. Okay, okay. Hello, Diggy. Welcome to the Poetry Club Saturday night show, and it's an honor to have you here. Thank you. Okay, and Emilia, I hope you're still here. I don't see you in the studio. I hope you still come back in the studio. Okay, because it's very important. You bring it out today. What's going on? Okay, okay. Sonnet 115. Those lines that I before have ripped to lie, even those that said I could not love you dearer. Yet then my judgment knew no reason why my most full flame should afterwards burn clearer. But reckoning time, whose million accidents creep in texts, vows, and change decrees of kings. Okay. 10. Sacred beauty, blunt the sharpest intents, divert strong minds to the course of altering things. Alas, why fearing of time's tyranny, might I not then say, now I love you best, when I was certain over uncertainty, trusting the present, doubting of the rest? Love is a babe, then I might not say so, to give full growth to that which still doth grow. Okay, and that was Sonnet 115. Um, hello, Janet. Okay, um, okay, and welcome, Janet, to the Poetry Club Saturday night show. Welcome. It's an honor to have you here. Okay, okay. Now, and Sonnet 116. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediment. Love is not love, which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the turn the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempest and is never shaken. It is a star to every wandering bark, whose words unknown, although his height be taken. Love not time's full, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be error and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved. The end. And that was Sonnet 116. Okay. Sonnet 117. Accuse me thus, that I have scanned all, wherein I should your great desert repay. Forgot upon your dearest love to call, whereto all bonds do to me, do tie me day by day, that I have frequent been with unknown minds, and given to time your own dear purchase right, that I have hoisted sail to all the winds, which should transport me farthest from your sight. Look both my wilfulness and errors down, and on just proof some surmise accumulate. Bring me within the level of your frown, but shoot not at me in your wakened hate. Since my appeal, says I, did strive to prove the constancy and virtue of your love. The end. And that was Sonnet 117. Okay. Sonnet 118. Like as to make our appetites more keen, with eager compounds we our palate urge, as to prevent our maladies unseen, we sicken to shun the sickness when we purge. Even so, being full of your never cloying sweetness, to bitter sauces did I frame my feeling, and sick of welfare found a kind of neatness to be diseased ere that there was true needing, thus policy and love, to anticipate the ills that were not, grew to false assured, and brought to medicine a healthful state, which rank of goodness would by ill be cured. But thence I learned, and find the lesson true, drugs poison him that so fell sick of you. The end. That was Sonnet 118. Sonnet 119. What portions have I drunk of siren tears, distilled from limbisk, foul as hell within, applying fears to hopes and hopes to fears, still losing when I saw myself to win. What wretched errors hath my heart committed, while its hath thought itself so blessed never? How have mine eyes out of that sphere been fitted, and the distraction of this maddening fever? O benefit of ill, now I find true that better is by evil still made better, and ruined by ruined love when it is built anew, grows fairer than first, more strong, far greater, shall return rebuke to my conscience, and gain by ill's thrice more than I have spent. The end. And that was Sonnet 119. And, and I'll read some more next Saturday. And I was reading from William Shakespeare, the sonnets and poems of love. And I'm going to change the format around some, because I would read hourly, then I'm going to read that in a little bit. But since a lot of people here right now, since I want to bring on Emilia T. Davis, and she has something important to tell us, and maybe someone out there can help her. And listen to what she had to say, and let's help her to end what she's going through right now. And welcome Emilia T. Davis. Okay. Welcome Emilia T. Davis. I thought I would bring you on now while we have more people on right now, so I thought it was important, and more would maybe bring you on in the middle of the show, because what you have to say is very important, because it could happen to anybody, any of us, that what you're going through. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'm just so honored and thrilled to be here this afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. And okay, you're very welcome. And it's an honor to have you here, Amelia. And I hope and we can help you out. And can you explain to everyone what is going on? Where you at in Texas? Houston, Texas.
What's been happening? First off, let me start with I'm originally from California. In California, there's something called renters' rights laws. So that restricts
Mm-hmm.
landlords and property owners and management and so on, for in what they can and cannot do. What I have been experiencing here is a lot of harassment and stalking in the place where I live. In addition to all of my Facebook pages have been being attacked. Um, for example, I did a poem. It was a Christian poem,
Mm-hmm.
and I showed Jesus as being black, and somebody reported the page and that poem, and then I was told that by another party had determined that Jesus was not black, so I was restricted, saying that I was giving false information, and that has happened twice on my page. I'm trying to get the camera right. I'm sorry, everyone. And so the issue is about 6 months ago, this is when it began in earnest, and when my pages began to become attacked. So it's not just attacks within my home, but attacks on all of my Facebook pages and my poetry. I think Facebook has a lot of nerve to say that Jesus wasn't black. Uh, there's evidence within the Bible that states what he looked like, but the overall problem is that uh, within my apartment, from almost the beginning, I had medication missing, other items missing, cleaning fluids, and so on missing. And then I've had people hovering around my windows, my doors, listening to me through the air shafts. It has been all out attacks. In addition to, I had been approached to engage in illegal activities that I refused. There is actually fraud being committed, Medicare fraud with my name, and it happened through this apartment complex. The apartment complex I live in now is 55 plus. So then you have many vulnerable folks living at this complex. And I believe these activities have been going on for quite some time. Also, what has been determined too is that my phone and internet, the Wi-Fi, is being attacked as well. So, as I said, it's overall attacks. Now, when attempting to reach out to various officials, as in police, the city council, the Attorney General of Texas, and even a few lawyers have stated there's not much they can do or will do. And so these attacks continue on and on and on. And I have no recourse, and I am disabled and single, and I have no base here in Houston. I have friends all over the country, but nobody right here in Texas. So, for example, somebody in New York cannot help me directly. So, Noreen was kind enough to bring me on to discuss this in hopes that somebody may be able to assist me in this circumstance, because I cannot afford to move. And even if I did move, there is no guarantee that since I've already been identified by the wrong kind of people, if I move, how much improvement would I get? Now, I'll tell you about management. What happened was, they have the washers and dryers you could rent through the complex to make it a little easier. And I was renting them, and one of the washers stopped working. Okay, so my lease was coming due, and I had asked to be reimbursed for the cost of that washer. And then they said, well, we don't have a new one, so here's a company you might look into, which I did, and it worked out. I got the washer dryer. The issue is, at the end of February, when my lease was coming due, she had credited me the cost of the washer. Okay, so I go down to sign the new lease. I had a few questions. Everything's fine. That's the last day of February. March 1st, I go in to pay my rent. I paid my rent in full, and she had, in fact, credited me for that washer. So I had let her know at the time of signing the lease, I had worked things out with that company to get my own washer dryer. and that they would need to pull theirs out of my apartment. Okay, that's all fine and good. Well, as I said, I pay my rent in full on March 1st. The following week, I go to the app that you pay the rent. You also request your maintenance needs. So I go in to tell them, please pull this washer dryer out. At that time, I find almost or just around $200 that I still owe. How is this possible when I paid my rent in full? So I had a mammogram appointment, and I said, well, I have to go wait for the ride to take me to the appointment. I'll come through the office. When I get to the office, the manager had printed out a statement, and she said, well, because you signed the lease on the last day, when you paid the rent, the increase per your lease agreement had not been added. So there's still a $50 amount that needs to be paid. Now, keep in mind, nobody told me this. I did not receive a text. I did not receive a call. I did not receive any notification that there was an additional $50 still pending to be paid. At which time, when she tells me this, she says, we have charged you late fee on that $50 of $83 per day. $83
Wow.
pending per day. This is why you have this almost $200 balance. She says to me, if you pay it right now, I'll take the two $83 $83 fees off. I said, I can't do that because I've paid all my bills. I have no remaining money. And I said, I could pay you next month that $50. But she told me that if I did not pay that money right now, she was going to charge me $83 per day for the entire month of March. I could in no way afford that. So I went on to my appointment, and I called my bank, and I said, can I overdraw? Yes, you can. So I go in, I pay the entire amount because I can't do anything more than that at that time because I'm not in the building. I'm at my appointment. So I call and I make them aware I have paid the amount. So thinking that that's over with, I get back home. When I come back home, I find a notice in my door from the assistant manager stating that I owe the entire month's rent and to pay it immediately or they would begin eviction process. So this is clearly an error, but since I had made them aware before their closing that I had paid that $50 plus the 2-day fee of $83 each day, which came out to be 200 something. Why was this paper put in my door? So the following day, I had a home health care lady, and her and I went down to the office. Upon us getting down there, their assistant, who is called the leasing agent, was busy with some probably possible residents that were doing paperwork. And I went to approach the door where the assistant and the manager is located. And I began to approach the door when the door opens and the assistant comes out and she says something to the leasing agent. So I said, excuse me, I'd like to talk to you about this paper because it was in my hand. And she yells at me, pay your rent, and slams the door in my face. Now, I do have a witness to all of this. I turn around to the guy and I say, I paid my rent. He says, I know that. And I walk out the door. Okay, so the incident with the manager and the money happens on a Monday. This interaction with the assistant manager happens on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I receive notification that I am being written up for bad behavior on Monday and Tuesday. They have yet to credit me back the $83 for those 2 days. In addition, there has been residents, as I stated, that have been harassing me. There's also an incident where their housekeeper every day was at my door causing my dog to bark. This went on for many months. This has been a constant issue that I am being attacked in one way or another. And as you could see, management has been a problem as well. And so that's where we're at right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. And what about that one man you tell me about who been following you with the dog and that one man he would come to you
Right.
and he always know you're right there.
Yeah.
And
Well, Pamela is here right now, so let's say hello to Pamela. She's laying
okay,
down, but I'll do the camera so you could see her. Pamela,
okay,
say hello,
okay.
Pamela. Hello. Can you
Hello,
see her
Pamela.
okay?
Yes, I can
Okay,
see
so
her.
yeah, so you could see what she looks like. So
Yes,
also what happened just around the time all of this began,
yes.
there was this housekeeper issue. It was the issue of stuff disappearing from my apartment
Uh-huh.
had already been going on, and being approached with the illegal stuff and the fraud. So all of that has already happened at this time. Well, um, uh, me and Pamela are leaving out the building to go for her walk, at which point a very large husky dog comes up and begins to attempt to have sex with her. And she's trying to get him off of her. And I don't have any kind of weapon, but there was a groundskeeper there who had a rake. And I look over at him, could you please help me? He refuses to do so. And
Mhm.
so she's trying to fight the dog off, and she's crying and trying to uh, bite at him or whatever, and he penetrated her because she let out a terrible cry. So I begin to try. Now my dog is on leash with the collar, so I have a hold to this, and there's not a lot she can do, and I'm trying to pull her away. The dog is following and continuing to attempt to have sex or continue with sex. And I begin filming this, what's going on. At the same time, I call the office and I make them aware that this dog is loose. It has no owner. It's not being, on leash. And so there's this free for all going on as I'm filming what's happening and talking to the office. So she says there was a lady in that position at the time. She says, I'm going to send out the head of maintenance, and they have like a little golf cart. So uh, with all this noise going on, a neighbor comes and observes what's going on, and I tell them, I need some help. Well, between the two of us, the dog finally takes off, and so then we begin to proceed with our walk. At which point, I see the uh, maintenance and in his go kart, and just kind of look at him and go on. So as we're proceeding on the walk, we see this man who is the owner of the Husky. And he passes by me and he says, "Have you seen my dog?" I said, "Yes, it was raping my dog." Now he has walked past me and he chuckles at that. And I turn around and I say to him, "That's not funny." He then has this really, mean face on him. And he yells at me that his neighbor had let the dog out and he was not responsible and he's got to go find his dog. So that really upset me, his behavior that he exhibited at that time. So we go on and do our walk. Well, it's on Friday, just around 5 p.m. So by the time we get back inside, I don't contact the office again because I know that they've probably closed for the day. And so I believe it was the next Tuesday or Wednesday. I stopped by the office to inquire what has gone on in regards to this dog. And the lady tells me it was her understanding the dog no longer was on property. So to me, that was the end of the story, done, over with. Well, this is around October when this happens. Now, in December, I see that same dog being walked by another individual. And in a way, it was kind of funny because you see a human perhaps having a new dog. You don't see a dog having a new owner. So, anyway, I again approached the office. By this time, the lady who was in that position no longer was employed here. So I talked to the assistant manager and let her know. And she says, "Okay, I'll follow up." Again, end of story, I believe. Now, beginning in January, I kept seeing this guy every Sunday at the time I go downstairs. So he's either watching for me or he's got somebody in the building I live in because there's multiple buildings on this property uh, to alert him that I'm downstairs because I walk the dog at different times every day. I might walk the dog at 10 a.m. The next day, I might walk it at 1 p.m. The next time I might walk it at 5 p.m. There is no telling what time, not even do I know it. It's based on how I can get it together to get her out to walk her. And as I said, the times vary. So, how is this man showing up every Sunday with his dog? Somebody has to be telling him that. And why is he doing this? So I always stay clear away from him and the dog. Well, my son and a friend of his comes and on a Saturday, and I tell them what has gone on. So we go downstairs. All of a sudden, this guy shows up. It seems to me he wants to see what does my son look like because there he is standing with the dog. So my son says to me, "Is that the guy?" I said, "Yes, it is, but do not approach him or speak to him because, again, I don't want to get in trouble or have any issues. But yes, that's the guy." So we proceed on. Now, the following weekend on Sunday, he begins approaching me with the dog. I can't go any farther. He has the whole field that he could walk in. The way he's walking towards me, he's basically pushing me against a fence. So I yell out to him, "Leave me alone. Stop bothering me." At which point he says, "Oh, I don't know you." "Oh, you don't know me, but you're coming down every Sunday at the same time I'm downstairs." And I believe that he has been causing incidents to happen and have people film them. What wouldn't be recorded is what occurred prior to the uh, film beginning to start, because you could see me reacted to him. You don't know what has happened before the camera was turned on. Now, another day after that, I see him walking with another man. I turn around and walk away. When I go to enter the building, there is this guy who was with the guy with the husky. And he's standing in the doorway, so I cannot enter my building. And he's, "Oh, come on, come on." No, I'm not going to approach somebody that I know is associated with this guy, and I'm being harassed by this guy. So finally, I say, "I saw you with that guy. I'm not going to get near you." The man says, "I'm crazy." I'm crazy because I'm yelling at him. And I said, I saw you with the guy with the husky who raped my dog." So finally, he moves out of the doorway to the building, at which point I proceed. Now, the next day, I'm outside waiting for my ride to go to an appointment. He walks up to me and just starts staring and giving me dirty looks. Since that time, every time I'm having a ride to a doctor appointment, something goes wrong. I feel these two guys have some kind of standings at this complex and have the ability to cause issues and problems. I've had, since that incident, I had a food delivery where all the meat in that delivery, which is the most expensive, disappeared out of the delivery. Now, it could have been somebody at this complex. It could have been the driver. It could have been the store. I was, in fact, reimbursed. But I had contacted the police because there had been all these numerous incidents. So upon arrival, I planned to lay out all that it had been occurring. I waited over 5 hours for the police. I didn't walk my dog waiting for them. And it's the middle of the night, and I reached back out to them, and they said to me, "Oh, nobody called you?" I said, "No." They said, "Oh, well, we're not sending any squad car out there to take the report. Call the store." This is crazy that the police did not even show up. But worse than that, they didn't even contact me. And it wasn't until 5 hours later, when I contact them back, that I'm told such a thing.
Wow.
So if I can't get assistance out of the police, if I can't get assistance out of the apartment complex, and that various residents can harass me and stalk me, because as I said, I've heard people around my door and windows. Now, there's like a community sort of window. If you walk up to that window, you can clearly see my balcony, and you can also hear anything occurring in my bedroom. So right now, if they wanted, they could walk up to that building and hear this conversation we are having. I have been photographed sitting on my balcony twice. I've been photographed out on while walking the dog several times. There is nobody has any right to videotape me, photograph me, or record anything I'm saying. That is against the law. This is an invasion of my privacy. Now, I live on the top floor. There should be nobody above me. I have complained quite a few times. I can hear people walking above me and conversations taking place above my head. Other people have heard and seen it as well. Now, management's point, oh, there's only a little crawl space. To date, as far as I know, they have never went up there to investigate at all.
Wow.
So then I have this going on over my head, and then these various activities that have been taking place. And I am, in fact, a nationally known, nationally ranked poet. Everybody that's probably on the feed today knows that. So, why are people listening to what I'm saying and doing? I don't have much of a life. I don't have a lot of visitors or anything of that nature. Why is my phone being attacked as well as my Wi Fi? I believe, at least in part, in an attempt to plagiarize me and to watch what am I doing and saying and who am I doing and saying it with. Once again, an invasion of privacy. I spent my life working in banking and accounting. You had to have a clean record. I don't have a driver's license. I don't know how to drive. So I don't even have a parking ticket on my record whatsoever. So once again, why would anybody do this kind of surveillance against me? It is clearly harassment and stalking and an invasion of privacy. And that's where we're at, and with that guy. But there's been other people, as I stated, that I have observed taking my picture and or recording me.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. This this is so sad because you tried. It seemed like they're all crooked, and that Houston, Texas, there's so many crooked people out there. And if anybody out there listening, if you can help Emilia and help her out and tell her what if y'all can have any suggestions what she can do to stop all this harassment, because this is not right. She should be able to live in them apartments without any harassments. Okay, if anybody, you please can y'all help her, because this call, they should not be harassing her. Hmm. Okay, maybe someone out there will be listening and will and help you out. I hope so. Because this got to stop.
I really do appreciate that. And I have been attempting to make people aware of the activities that go on at this complex, but also in Houston itself.
Uh-huh.
Some years back, the Houston Police Department, their DNA lab was shut down by the federal government. The FBI went in and closed down the entire lab because specimens were not being handled properly. So all kinds of cases got thrown out. That lab was shut down for approximately 2 years. They had to fix everything. Then the federal government had to come back in, view everything, and recertify them to go forward with their DNA lab. Now, a couple of years, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, the public health department was also shut down, and the federal government went in there to correct that. Now, when 45 lost the election and there was the attack on the White House and the Capitol, it was also found that several Houston police individuals were a part of that and some that had retired. So this also gives you an idea of what kind of police we have here. In addition, the incident with Sandra Bland happened only miles away from where I was living at the time. So this also gives you an idea of the police enforcement down here. It has been my experience most of the time the police in the squad cars are pretty, or have been to me, respectful and would take a report. But when it's sent up to the detectives, it goes nowhere. It seems that they look to see whatever they can do to throw that out so they don't have to investigate. Now, I have spoken to other individuals across the area, and they have found much the same out of the police department or police departments if it's in a suburban place surrounding Houston. It's just a very different mentality and environment down here. And this has been, again, very upsetting and frustrating. And I feel very much at risk for my well being because this stalking and harassment is continuing on and on and on with nobody that could stop it or help to step up. Now, just last week, I reached out to the Adult Protective Services. They waited until yesterday after 5:30 to tell me they couldn't help me and reach out to the police. So you can see I've made every effort to contact various individuals or entities to help. I've also reached out to nonprofits where I've gotten almost no assistance there either. Now, my back has gotten so bad, I can't sit for a very long time. So it's difficult for me to get around or perhaps sit in a church for 2 to 3 hours. I do, however, watch a video church. But the point is, I cannot get to a regular church to attend services. When I've reached out to churches, they've told me they won't send anybody to come get me unless I'm a part of that church. Well, how can I be a part of the church if I can't get there? Now, at this point, as I said, my back has gotten so bad, I can't sit for that long period of time to listen to a sermon. So, again, this is why we're reaching out today. At least that there is a video of me explaining what has happened. And also, the second factor is that if someone out there could help or again have any ideas other than what has already been attempted. So, perhaps people have family here or whatever they might be able to do. And you can reach me on Facebook. You can reach out to Noreen and in the group and let us know, one of the two of us, any kind of idea or any kind of assistance you would like to come forward with. It would be much appreciated and really desperately needed at this point.
Yes. I hope I hope someone out there can help you and email you. I hope so. Okay, and could maybe somebody will come forward and give you suggestions and help to stop this once for all. Because this needs to be stopped. And remember, everybody out there, it can happen to you, and not to Emilia. It can happen to anybody and anywhere in the world. You know, and I imagine this stuff is going on in other parts of the world too, but we just don't hear about it. Okay, so I hope someone out there can help her. She really desperately needs help. Okay, okay. I hope someone can. Mhm. Okay. And like Emilia said, you can even get in touch with me or her, one of us. If you have any suggestions, help her stop this. She tried everything she could do, and it's not helping at all. Nobody would listen. Mhm. And this is very sad when she can't, she's by herself with her dog Pamela, and she got nobody. And I know you told me your son only comes around every now and then, and that and that nobody wants to help her, and she can't go nowhere. She's disabled. She's stuck right there, and the only time she can go anywhere is when she goes to the doctors, and so please, I hope somebody can help you. Please help her.
Amen. My faith
And
is in God, and I just
yes.
know somehow, some way, the Lord will bring about positive change for me. I don't know when, who, how, but I know He will. So I'm really reaching out to those that are Christians or profess to be Christians to step up and assist. But really, regardless of what religion you may ascribe to,
Mhm.
Muslims, Baptists, Buddhists, Methodists, nobody nobody's religion would allow these kinds of behaviors at all.
No.
None. And so they know that I'm vulnerable. I don't know how to drive. I don't have a vehicle.
No.
I don't have any support system. In other words, I have no female friends or buddies. I don't have a boyfriend or man. And my son has his own issues, but we don't really get along. So he is not a factor really at all. And so, again, I'm here by myself as though I'm on a desert island while various individuals can do all of this activity with impunity.
Yes. Yes. Okay. And my friend Donna Ivan, she said she's praying.
I
Welcome
appreciate
Donna.
that.
Okay, and welcome Donna. Welcome to Poetry Club Saturday night. It's an honor to have you here. Thank you for coming, and thank you for your prayers. Oh, oh. I hope someone out there can help you because I know you tried everything. Nobody's listening to you. The police won't help you. The management ain't. Nobody is, and this can happen to anybody, anywhere. And Houston, Texas, don't sound like a good place at all.
It's actually the fourth largest city in America.
Wow.
Uh, so, also, it's stunning that these kinds of activities are allowed to happen when, in
Yes.
fact, it's the fourth largest city in America.
Wow. Mhm. Wow.
And they do not have a very good public transportation system. Now in California, they did. So I didn't need to know how to drive, but I came here with my ex-husband. He promised for many years to teach me how to drive, and he never did.
Yes.
Hence the reason why I don't have a license or a car. Now, it's extremely unusual in this area to not know how to drive. Everybody gets around with their private transportation. So
Yes.
to them, it seems like I dropped out of the UFO because I don't know how to drive and I don't have a vehicle. But it's a gas, oil town and state. So the more private vehicles on the road, the better. So again, the private transportation is the way to get around. In California, it's the opposite. The best way to get around is by public transportation. The point is, it limits where I can go, when I can go, because of that. But at this point, because of the damage done to my back through domestic violence, what is currently going on in my body that has given me disability occurred because of domestic violence years ago. You fast forward to the age I am now, and it's taken its toll on my body. This is why my back is so bad off. It's why I have problems with my arms and neck. And so, again, it seems to me my body is broken. So now they've decided, oh, we can see all these vulnerabilities. We'll attack her emotionally through these various acts of aggression and negativity. And that to me is extremely cruel.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And we have a comment, and Donna Ivan said, um, thank you. I hope she can get some assistance. Okay, you're very welcome, Donna. Okay, and she said, I hope. Okay, hope you get some assistance. We
Amen.
all, amen. Okay, hmm and have you gone to the governor of Texas? Have you wrote him yet?
No, I approached the Attorney General of Texas now twice.
Uh huh.
Um, I have not spoken to the actual governor. Now, he is, in fact, in a wheelchair. You would think he would have some positive help for disabled folks, but he has not. He
Wow.
has cut many benefits. Keep in mind, this is a Republican state, Republican run. Now, the city of Houston is mostly Democrat, and we have a Democratic mayor, but he has to abide by the governor. So, hence, whatever rhetoric Republicans may speak on a public national forum, these are the people in this state for the most part. So when they say, oh, we don't want to help the poor, we want to cut food stamps, we want to cut this benefit, we want to cut that benefit, keep in mind, I'm in a Republican state. So the same mentality that you see is what I'm living every day.
Wow. 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 Okay. Okay. And I should hope someone out there who can help her. Please, if anybody got any suggestions, you can help her. And let her know, or you can get in touch with me too, and I will forward her the message. Okay. Okay. And thank you, Emilia, for coming on here. And you are very brave and have a lot of courage to come on here and tell us your story, and hoping that somebody out there can help you. And we sure appreciate that, letting us know.
I appreciate everybody's prayers. I appreciate
Yes,
this forum. I appreciate you.
yes,
And everybody knows how much I love poetry and the spoken word, and how much I love the Holy Trinity. And they have been seeing me through all this time. And as I said, I have full confidence somehow they will bring about positive change for me. And I appreciate everybody's prayers. And if they could just continue to remember me in their prayers going forward, that would mean so much to me. And of course, prayer is the most powerful we have on this earth.
yes,
But we also need to follow up prayer with action. So I definitely need somebody somewhere to step up and assist.
yes. Okay. I'm praying that somebody will come and help you out and assist you.
I
Okay.
appreciate that. God bless you. God bless everybody watching. And I thank all of you.
Okay. You're very welcome, Emilia. And God bless you too. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Okay. Um. Okay. And that was Emilia T. Davis. And I hope, and if you're out there, you heard her story. If you're out there, you can help her out and let her know, or you can tell me, and I will give her the message. Thank you all. Now, okay. Now, oh, here it is. Now, remember, I wasn't on here last week, but the week before that, I was reading from Ara Lee by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Okay, and I will be finishing up on book one today. Okay, okay. Let's be a second. I will get it here. Oh, Ara. Mm, mm, okay. Okay, let me find it. Okay. I thought I was getting it. I got this from archives.org, but I found out I wasn't. It's coming from books.google.com. Okay. Um, okay. Okay. Um, this is Ara Lee by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Oh, what happened? Uh oh. Uh oh, what happened here? I had to find it again, you all. Okay. Um, um, okay, here it is. Ara Lee by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Okay. Many fervent souls strike rhyme on rhyme. Who will strike steel on steel? If steel had offered in a restless heat of doing something, many tender souls have strung their losses on a rhyming thread. As children, cowslips, the more pains they take, the work more withers. Young men, and maids, too often sow their wild oats in tame verse, before they sit down under their own vine and live for me, live for use. Alas, near all the birds will sing at dawn, and yet we do not take the chaffering swallow for the holy lark. In those days, though, I never analyzed, not even myself. Analysis comes late. You catch a sight of nature earliest in full front sun face, and your eyelids wink and drop before the wonder of tea. You missed that form through seeing the light. I lived those days and wrote because I lived on license. Else, my heart beat in my brain. Life's violent flood abolished bounds, and which my neighbors filled, which mine what mattered. It is thus in youth we play at leapfrog over the God turn. The love within us and the love without are mixed, confounded. If we are loved or loved, we scarce distinguish, thus with other power, being acted on and acting seem the same. In that first, in that first, wait, in that first Irish of life's chariot wheels, we know not if the forest move or we, and so, like most young poets, in a flush of individual life, I poured myself along the veins of others and achieved mere lifeless imitations of live verse, and made the living answer for the dead, profaning nature. Touch not, do not taste, nor handle. We're too legal who write young. We beat the formics till we hurt our thumbs, as if still ignorant of counterpoint. We call the muse, oh muse, benignant muse, as if we had seen her purple braided head with the eyes in it, start between the bows as often as a stag's. What make believe with so much earnest? What effete results from viral efforts? What cold wire drawn rows, wire drawn odes from such white heats, bucolics, where the cow was scared of rider as they splashed the mud and lashing off the flies, didactics, driven against the heels of what the master said, and counterfeiting epics, shrill with trumps as they might blow between two straining sheets of bobbled rose to make his mother laugh, and elegiac griefs and songs of love like cast off nosegays picked up on the road. The worse for being worn, all these things writ on happy mornings, with a morning heart that leaps for love, is active for resolve, weak for art only, off the ancient forms will thrill, indeed, in carrying the young blood, the wineskins, now and then a little warped, will crack even as a new wine gurgles in. Spare the old bottles, spill not the new wine, by Keats' soul, the man who never stepped in gradual progress like another man, but turning grandly on his central self, inspired himself in 20 perfect years, and died not young. The life of a long life, distilled to a mere drop, falling like a tear upon the world's cold cheek to make it burn forever by that strong accepted soul. I count it strange and hard to understand that nearly all young poets should write ode, that Pops was sexagenary at 16, and beardless Byron, a academical, and so with others. It may be, perhaps, such have not settled long and deep enough in, in training in, to attain to clairvoyance, and still the memory mixes with the vision, spoils and works it turbid. Or perhaps, again, in order to discover the muse speaks, the melancholy desert must sweep around behind you as before. For me, I wrote false poems like the rest and thought them true, because myself was true in writing them. I peradventure have writ from true once since with less complacence, but I could not hide my quickening inner life from those at watch. They saw a light at a window now and then. They had not sit there. Who had set it there? My father's sister started when she caught my soul a gaze in my eyes. She could not say I had no business with a sort of soul, but plainly she objected and demurred that souls were dangerous things to carry straight through all the split saltpeter of the world. She said sometimes, Ara, have you done your task this morning? Have you read that book? And are you ready for the crochet here? As if she said, I know there's something wrong. I know I have not ground you down enough to flatten and bake you to a wholesome crust for household uses and proprieties. Before the rain has got into my barn and set the grains a sprouting. What, your grain with outdoor impudence? You almost grow? To which I answered, would she hear my task and verify my abstract of the book? Or should I sit down to the crochet work? Was such her pleasure? Then I sat and teased the patient needle till it split the thread, which oozed off from it to meandering lace from hour to hour. I was not therefore sad. My soul was seeming at a work apart, behind the wall of sense, as safe from harm as sings the lark when sucked up out of sight in vortices of glory and blue air. And so, through forced work and spontaneous work, the inner life informed the outer life, reduced the irregular blood to settled rhythms, made cool the forehead with fresh sprinkling dreams, and rounding to the spheric soul the thin, pined body, struck a color up the cheeks, though somewhat faint. I clenched my brows across, my blue eyes greatening in the book-looking glass, and said, we'll live, Ara. We'll be strong. The dogs are on us, but we will not die. Whoever lives true life will love true love. I learned to love that England very oft, before the day was born, or otherwise, through secret windings of the afternoons. I threw my hunters off and plunged myself among the deep hills, as a hunted stag will take the waters, shivering with the fear and passion of the course. And when at last escaped, so many a green slope, built on slope, betwixt me and the enemy's house behind, I dared to rest or wander in a rest made sweeter for the step upon the grass, and view the ground's most gentle dimplement, as if God's finger touched but did not press in naked England. Such an up and down of bent verdure, nothing too much up or down, a ripple of land, such little hills the sky can stoop to tenderly, and the wheat fields climb, such nooks of valleys lined with orchises, fed full of noises by invisible streams, and open pastures where where you scarcely tell white daisies from white dew. At intervals, the my thy cakes, oaks and elm trees standing out, self-poised upon their prodigy of shade. I thought my father's land was worthy too of being my Shakespeare's. Okay. Oh, well. Okay. Very often alone, on license, not unfrequently with leave to walk the third with Romney and his friend, the rising painter, Vincent Carrington, whom men judge hardly as be born, be borneted, because he holds that paint a body will. You paint his soul by implication, like the grand first master. Pleasant walks, for if he said, when I was last in Italy, it sounded as an instrument that's played too far off for the tune, and yet is fine to listen. Other, after we walked only two. If Cousin Romney pleased to walk with me, we read or talked or quarrelled, as it chanced. We were not lovers, nor even friends well matched, say rather scholars upon different traces, and fingers disagreed. He overfull of what is, and I, happily, overbold for what might be. But then the thrushes sang, and shook my pulses, and the elms new leaves, at which I turned and held my finger up, and bade him mark that, howsoever the world went ill, as he related, certainly the thrushes still sang in it. At the word his brow would soften, and he bore with me in melancholy patience, not unkind, while breaking into voluble ecstasy. I flattered all the beauteous country round, all poets use, the skies, the clouds, the fields, the happy violets hiding from the roads, the primroses run down to carrion gold, the tangled hedgerows where the cows push out impatient horns, intolerant churning mouths, twixt dripping ash boughs, hedge hedgerows all alive with birds and gnats, and large white butterflies, which look as if the Mayflower had caught life and palpitated forth upon the wind. Hills, bells, woods netted in a silver mist, farms, granges doubled up among the hills, and cattle grazing in the water's bells, and cottage chimneys smoking from the woods, and cottage gardens smelling everywhere, confused with smell of orchids. See, I said, and see, is God not with us on the earth? And shall we put him down by aught we do? Who says there's nothing for the poor and vile, save poverty and wickedness? I behold, and ankle deep in English grass I leaped, and clasped my hands, and called all very fair. In the beginning, when God called all good, even then was evil near us, it is writ. But we, indeed, who called things good and fair, the evil is upon us while we speak. Deliver us from the evil. Let us pray. The end. And this is the end of book one. And next Saturday, I will read the second book. I know I won't read it all, but I'll read what I can of second book next week. That's a Ara Lee by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Okay. 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 Now, Now we're going to talk about a new poetic form called um, do do do. Okay, okay, do doitsu. Okay, doitsu is a Japanese poetic form developed towards the end of the Edo period, which came to an end in 1868. As with most Japanese forms, the doitsu does not have meter or rhyme constraints, focusing on syllables instead. This four-line poem has 7 syllables in the first 3 lines and 5 syllables in the fourth line. It often focuses on love or work with a comical twist. And I got this from writersdigest.com. Okay. Okay. And the word for today's word is gloaming. Gloaming. Okay. Gloaming is a noun, origin Old English in the 11th century. And definition number 1, twilight as at early morning, dawn, or especially early evening, dusk. Okay, and somebody said, hi, Noreen. Let me see who that is. Wait. Um, okay, let me see. Um, okay. Hello, Christy. Okay, Christy is on here. Okay, thank you, Christy. Welcome to poetry, the poetry club. Um, the Saturday night show. Thank you very much. Okay, and it's an honor to have you here. Okay, okay. And congratulations, Christy is graduating from high school this year, and she lives right across the street from me. So congratulations, Christy. It's awesome. Okay, okay. And gloaming. Okay, where was I at? Okay, and the second meaning of gloaming is okay. And Christy said, "Thank you, Noreen. Good job." You're very welcome, Christy. Okay. Wait. Okay. 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 And the second definition is sullenness, melancholy. An example in a sentence: if the cat doesn't come inside before the gloaming, she'll likely stay out all night. Okay. Did you know gloaming is a very old word based on the Old English root gloam, Glom, meaning twilight? Over the course of its long history, gloaming has been pronounced differently. At one time, the term was pronounced glooming. The word gloom is, is also based on the Old English glom, Glom. Gloaming, describing light dying out, is also related to the word glow with nearly the opposite meaning. Both words share the root glow, Glo, should be specifically defined as a time when light still glow as dusk descends. That was the end. That was gloaming, Gloaming. Okay. And okay, okay. I found out that when they okay. And that was it of that. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Christy, for the heart. Thank you. Okay. 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 And the one that's coming now, I'm gonna let you all know. We had a drawing for May drawing today for this book. An Agent Breeze of Peace by Demetrius Tripiatus and Huya and Yilmaz. And Inner Hasik at Hasik has won with the winner. And congratulations, Emmer. Okay, thank you. Okay. And you have 2 weeks to claim it. Okay. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna read the love poems of Elizabeth and Robert Browning. And I'm gonna read Elizabeth Barrett Browning's Sonnet 31. Okay. Thou comest, all is said without a word. I sit beneath thy looks, as children do in the noon sun, with souls that tremble through their happy eyelids from an unabashed yet prodigal inward joy. Behold, I erred in that last doubt, and yet I cannot rue the sin most, but the occasion that we two should for a moment stand unministered by a mutual presence. Ah, keep near and close, thou dove-like help, and when my fears would rise, with thy broad heart serenely interpose, brood down with thy divine substances these thoughts which tremble when bereft of those, like cattle birds, left desert to the skies. The end. And that was Sonnet 31. Okay. By Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Okay. And the next one is by Robert Browning. It's called Never the Time and the Place by Robert Browning. Never the time and the place, and the loved one altogether. This path, how soft to pace. This May, what magic weather. Where is the loved one's face? In a dream that loved one's face meets mine, but the house is narrow, the place is bleak, where, outside, rain and wind combine. With a furtive ear, if I strive to speak, with a hostile eye at my flushing cheek, with a malice that marks each word, each sign. O enemy sly and serpentine, uncoil thee from the waking man. Do I hold the past thus firm and fast, yet doubt if the future hold I can? This path so soft to pace shall lead through the magic of May to herself indeed, or narrow if needs the house must be. Outside are the storms and strangers. We, oh close, safe, warm sleep. I and she, I and she. The end. Never the Time and the Place by Robert Browning. Okay, now. Okay, okay. I'm gonna read a poem I wrote. It's called "I Will Not Lower My Voice." Okay. Um. Well, I think I already read that one. Let me find another one. Okay. I think I read that not last Saturday, but before that. Okay. Uh, okay. Here's one called Childless by Choice. Wait, not Childless by Choice. I wrote this because of the because in September, in the first week of September, I found out last year there is a event going on, and this woman, Stephanie, I think it was, from in England, invented this holiday, well, not holiday, event um, called but not Childless by Choice, and so it's every September. So I wrote this poem for this event. Okay, not childless by choice. Do you have any children? I hate this question. It's inevitable. People you meet, surveys, doctors, and hospitals. This question won't go away. When you're childless, it's a pain, heartbreaking to answer, and you got to keep your head up and your feelings locked inside. You want to explode and say it's none of your business, but instead, um, okay, I can't read my own handwriting. You say no. No one knows the hurt, the pain, the heartbreak I go through except for the ones who are childless. Each childless person deals with it differently. Then you have to deal with some cold hearted ones who degraded you so low they say there's something wrong with you because all women have children. That is bold. I am not the only one. Stop degrading us and the others. I'm not childless by choice. And don't ask me why. It's none of your business. It took me years to accept it. Still, I have my bad days. I am me. Accept me for who I am, or go away and leave me alone. I know God loves me just the way I am. I know my man loves me just the way I am. God knows what he was doing when he made me. It was in his plans. Now I can say I am childless, but not by choice. I am proud of me. God chose me to be childless, and it's okay with me. I am beautiful, worthy, spatial. I am me. The end. Okay. That's what I wrote for that. Except, okay. 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 Um, does anyone want to come on for Potpourri? Have anything to read? Or have anything to say or any comments? You free to come on. While we're waiting for anybody to come on here, okay, I will announce announcements. Okay, well, first announce that paper at okay, I had it right here. Um, okay, here it is. Okay, Bill, okay, AKA William S. Peter Sr. He has something going on called Armchair Poetry, Poetry to Sit and Get Comfortable With While You Read. The Flowers and Butterflies edition by Poets of the World. Okay, and submission guidelines is one poem, bio at 50 words or less, picture of the poet. This offering must be poetry about warm and beautiful things such as love, children, flowers, and butterflies. Submit to Inner Child Press Anthologies at gmail.com. And I'll spell it out too. Okay. And it closes on July the 1st, 2023. And it's, let me spell it out. Okay. INNERCHILDPRESSANTHOLOGIES at gmail.com. And it closes July the 1st, 2023. So if you wanted to submit your poetry, you're welcome to it. Okay. Okay, now, okay, I have more announcements. Okay, okay, excuse me, you all. Okay. If you all want to read your poetry or have anything to say, you're welcome to come on here. Okay, or have anything to say in response to Emilia's T. Davis situation, you can come on here and let us know too. Okay. Honey Parker has a show on Outworld Fleet radio station. every Sunday and Wednesday, 11 p.m. to midnight. And it's called Poetic Expressions. Okay. And Craig Kirkland show, Craig Kirkland, okay, has a YouTube. Okay. Okay, excuse me, you all. Okay, and okay, and Craig Kirkland has a YouTube channel called Great Amazia, and you can see his okay archive shows called the TDP show with Amazia the Great, and you can also see all of his, because right now he has a book out called Don't Cry, and you can he's touring um, Florida coast, not Florida coast, East Coast of USA, and he lives in Jamaica. So you can go check him out there, and he recites his poetry. He has his movies on there too that he produced. So go check out Craig Kirkland too. Okay, and Franco Flavius and Antoinette and Francine has a YouTube channel called Reggae Nostalgia, REGGAE NOSTALGIA, and they have all kinds of things going on during the week. And one of them is on Friday from 11 a.m. to noon, called the Real Stuff Podcast, The Poetry Corner. So go check that out. And Gina Storm, Brother O, Enigmatic, and Nina Purple has a show called Voices Behind the Pens every Monday night at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time on talkshoe.com/show/poet radio station. And if you want to read your poetry, you can call into the show. Okay. And Nyla Alicia, she's still taking a GoFund, taking donations for her show called Speakeasy Cafe, and she's still taking donations, and she's almost there. So if you want to donate, go to her page. Nyla Alicia, she has a show every Thursday night from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. on Block Talk Radio called Speakeasy Cafe. Okay, and okay, and another thing too. While I'm waiting to see if anybody wanted to come on here, I thought we'd let you know here. The Internet Archive and the Wayback Machine, they're in a lot of trouble. I've seen that on Robbie's page on Facebook page, and somebody's suing the Internet Archive, and that is archive.org, and that they're in a lot of trouble. So we don't want to see them being closed out. But so you need to go if you want. I hope they don't close out because if the Internet Archive and the Wayback Machine goes out, they have to delete them. You know what? So much things are lost on there. I mean, like 100,000 Poets for Change. All those shows are on there on the Internet Archive, and the shows from the past. Websites that you can't. You go on there. You can on the Wayback Machine. You can find shows, radio shows, TV shows, all kinds of stuff. Um, Everything's in the past. And that's you can find Aura Lee by Elizabeth Barrett Browning on there, and if it goes out, you know what? It's gone. Everything is gone. I know I found a website that I used to create. I created, and it's a ghost now, but I found it on the Wayback Machine. So they had it archived, and it was so and it was so awesome to see that. See, I wouldn't be able to find it again if it wasn't for that. So so we need. I'm hoping we can keep that up, keep that on there. The internet archive and Wayback Archives. I hope that don't. I mean Wayback Machine. I hope they don't go out. I hope not. Okay. Okay, and um, Ola, Solar Angel, she made it. She said, Ola, Alo, so sorry, I was taking on an online text and I lost track of time. Okay, that's okay. Soul Angel, you don't owe you don't owe any apology. Okay, and welcome, Soul Angel, and it's an honor to have you here. Thank you. Hello, Gina. And welcome, Gina. I love you too, Gina. And welcome to the Poetry Club Facebook, the Poetry Club, um, the Poetry Club Saturday Night Show. It is an honor to have you here. You're very welcome, Soul Angel. Okay. And did you want to read your poetry, Soul Angel? You're very welcome. You want to come on and read your? Because we're on Potpourri now, and you can read. You can read your poetry or make any comments what Emilia had to say earlier on the show. If anybody has any comments, or you can talk or say anything you want to say. Okay. 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 And I got the links already on my page on the Poetry Club and on the YouTube too. Okay. Soul Angel said, "Let me see." Okay. 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 And while we're waiting for anyone, and there's another thing I want to tell you all too. I just saw that on YouTube. Um, I discovered it while I was looking at that internet archive and Wayback Machine on YouTube. I seen where this guy I forgot his name now, and he was talking about uh oh Amazon KDP and what was the other one to do with the audio and the other one? They're in trouble too. And now he said that people are going on the oh no, I meant to write it down so I won't forget. Oh, I wrote it down somewhere. Oh. Oh, I found it. I wrote it down. I sure did. Okay. And they're talking about okay, Ingram Spark. And they don't charge anybody anymore to upload your titles, to upload anything. And Find a Way Voices by Spotify, their audio too. And they're saying that he was saying more people are going to them now because the in um because Amazon KDP are not doing too good. Something I forget. I had to read it again, and so is the other one. Audio of theirs too is in trouble. So he said to Find a Way Voices by Spotify on the audio part of your book is a lot better than the one oh no than Amazon has. And they're trying to say that Ingram Spark is a lot better now since they give away they stopped charging you all for uploading your titles. So that's very interesting to check that out. and I had to listen to it again to understand why is Amazon KDP in trouble. I don't understand it all because I am with Amazon KDP, so I had to find more information on that too. Okay. Okay. And the ones that have come on here later. Okay. We had made raffle drawing called today, and the prize was An Asian Breeze of Peace by Demetrios Trepiatus and Huya and Yilmaz. Okay, and the winner of the drawing is Emmer Hasik. And Emmer Hasik, congratulations, and congratulations, and please let me give me your email. I mean, not email address. Send me your mailing address on the inbox me on Facebook, and within 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks to do it. Okay. Thank you all. And do you all think it's a good idea to change it to 2 weeks now for them to claim the book? What do you think? I like your opinion too. I changed it to 2 weeks because somebody would tell me 2 weeks is good. And okay, okay, okay. And I'll wait a little bit longer to see if anybody wants to come on and read their poetry before I close out. Okay. And and before somebody comes, while we're waiting for someone to come on, okay, I want to thank Robbie for coming on here. Robbie, Richard Huggendobler, my brother, and Kim Huggendobler, Kim Merritt, my sister, Doreen Brunner, my cousin, Soul Angel Romero, a good friend of mine. She's a great poet, and Gina Storm, a great poet, and Robbie is a great poet too, and Christine Jacket, her and her sister, her family is a good friend of mine, and she lives across the street from me. And thank you, and congratulate her. She graduated from high school this year, and Janet Dawson, she's a great poet too, and Emilia T. Davis, she's a great poet. Oh, and Honey Parker, Honey Holly, she's a great poet. So check her out. And see, and Donna Ivan, a great good friend of mine, she's on here too, and she's an awesome friend. And let me see who else. See if I missed anybody. And if I miss anybody, I apologize. Okay. I think that's about it I could see right now. Okay. I want to thank everyone for coming here. It is an honor to have each one of you all. And we have over 5,000 members now on the Poetry Club. I couldn't done it without you all. So thank y'all for joining the Poetry Club. So thank you all so much. And I know I'm way behind, and it's going to be a while before I can catch up on welcoming everybody. So please be patient with me. I will eventually get everybody and welcome everybody. And okay, and Soul Angel said you're welcome. Okay, okay, and it's going to take me a while, and I know for April, you know what, y'all should bear patience with me because it's been a while since I read anybody's poetry on the Poetry Club. there was so much going on, so I will read everybody's. So give me time, and thank you all for being patient with me. And I want to give out certificates, award certificates for the ones in April. Whether you wrote poetry on there, or give me support on the face. I mean, on the poetry club Saturday night show or whatever. I want to give you all awards. So, and I will be working on that too. Another thing that's coming up, had a chat with poet Noreen. I'm having my guest will be Petros from Greece, all the way from Greece. He will be on my show on um, May the 15th. That is coming up. And it's going to be 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on our time, and 8 o'clock in Greece at night in their time. So, so, so he'll be on there, so you don't want to miss this, all the way from Greece. And I want to thank Petros for coming to me. I want to be on my show, so thank you, Petros. And it's an honor to have him on here. Okay, so stay tuned for that. And if anybody else wants to come on and be on my show called Have a Chat with Poet Noreen, you all can come on there too. And let me know, and you can be my guest on the show. Okay. And then next month we're gonna have Never Give Up. He's part of the Poetry Club too. He you can check him out on Poco Shop, and he does broadcasting, live streaming on Poco Shop. So you don't want to miss his streaming. So go on there, and he sells shirts, hats, and everything. And he believes in never giving up. That is his theme, his logo. And also he's a rapper, and he's not like other rappers. He is different. So if you don't, I know a lot of people who don't like rapping, but you know what? His rapping music, I know I don't like rapping, but listening to his rapping, I love it because he always thinking positive. It's positive stuff, always positive, never, nothing bad or nothing like that. So check him out, and from Puerto Rico, and he lives here in Florida. So check him out too. Okay. And anybody else? Okay, while we're waiting, I'll give you all a few more minutes in case somebody wants to come on here. Okay. And if anybody needs me write down the link to come on the show, I will put the link down too. Okay. This has been an amazing show today, and I want to thank Emilia T. Davis for coming on earlier and talking about what's going on with her. And they're in Houston, Texas. And like, if anybody has any feedback that we can help her out, so the harassment and all that will be stopped over there in Houston, Texas. Okay. Because she shouldn't be allowed to be stalked or harassed every day. It's not fair. Nobody should. Okay. Okay. Um, okay. I'll wait about another minute and see if anybody wants to come on. Okay. Um. Um. Okay. oh yes, and oh yes, I told you all about Gina's storm show on on the oh what was it now, on Voices Behind the Pens. I forgot to mention about her show on there's a show on there every day called Clubhouse. If you all haven't got it, you should go on Google Store or Apple Store and okay. So Angel said I'll read you a short one. That'd be awesome. Okay. Uh, okay. Did you need a okay. Okay. Okay, so Angel said cool. Okay. And okay. 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 Did you need me write down the link again? So Angel to get on here? Okay, let me put the link down again. Okay. 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 I got it on there, Soul Angel. Okay. 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 If anybody wants to come on and okay. Okay. There's a link right there to come on the studio if you want to read. Right there on there. And okay. Okay. And let me know if you need any help, Soul Angel. Okay. 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 Um, okay. Um, okay. 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 And let me know if you need any help, Soul Angel. Okay. And Donna, if you're still here, Donna Ivan, did your daughter Lucy want to read some poetry too? If she does, she's welcome to it. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. 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 Soul Angel said it's okay. I'll read you one next time. Okay. I can wait. Um. Okay. Soul Angel said it's okay. I'll read you one next time. Okay, Soul Angel. Okay. 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 And mm, I can wait if you need me wait for you, Soul Angel. Okay. And I never got to. Oh yes, I never got to do one for April. Because Bob McNeil is really sick, and I was going to have like 5 or 6. I'm going to because he's very sick and he only can he needs our prayers. He can only talk like less than 6 minutes without without catching his breath, and he has COPD too. And 'cause remember, okay. And Soul Angel said it's okay, sweetie. I'll post it. Okay, okay, Soul Angel. Okay, okay, okay. And thank you, Soul Angel. Okay. So he couldn't do it, because remember he had his lung collapsed on him last year. So keep him in your prayers, and I hope okay. And so I was going to do, but I didn't get the chance to get it all organized where we had like 5 or 6 poets, and I was going to share Bob McNeil's recording he did, and posted it. So I'm going to have that done, and okay, this is May will be in July. I'm gonna have to postpone it till July, and I'm gonna get like 5 poets. I can have up to 10 on here. Any 10 of you poets want to join? And we're gonna do this in honor of Bob McNeil because he was gonna do it in April, but he's really in bad shape. So we're gonna do this in honor of him. So we're gonna do this in. I didn't make it for April, and I apologize for that. May, June. So we'll do that in July because May would be Petros from Greece. Then in June is Never Give Up. He's here in Florida, and then May, June. So July we'll do that in July. Um, up to 10 poets. I can have up to 10 on here, and then for the then we're still going to do 100,000 poets for change. We're still going to do that, and I don't use Streamyard. I use Zoom for that because Zoom you can have a lot more people on there. Okay, okay, and okay. I will close this out and thank everybody for coming on here today, and for being here with me on the the Poetry Club Saturday night show. It is an honor to have each one of you all. So thank you all very much. And I will see you all next Saturday, same time. And remember, I hope you all have a good day and a good evening and good weekend and a good week. And remember, you're never too old or too young to live your dreams. And it don't matter what your dreams are. If you believe in yourself, you believe in your dreams, don't worry what others say. Go for it. If that's what you want, go for your dreams. And that's what I tell everyone. So thank you all. And the Solar Angel said, um, yes, that's true. And then she said, okay, God bless. Okay. Thank you, Soul Angel. And God bless each one of you all. And I love each one of you all. And thank you all for being here. It is an honor to have each one of you all here. Thank you. Okay. Have a great one. Okay. Um, and,